What's going on, all my Peeps? It's your boy Pete, and today we are going to talk about the Pokemon card market, where everything is at, what's going on in the hobby right now, and why it is such a great time to buy and such a great time to invest in Pokemon cards. So let me start out by saying I am not a financial expert. I am not an investment advisor. Please, I cannot stress this enough. Do your own research, do your own homework, consult your own financial advisor. Don't just listen to me all willy-nilly. I'm a guy who loves Pokemon, who happens to make plays in the Pokemon world, and I've said it many times before, YouTube is just going to be my way of sharing my journey in the hobby. And right now, where we are in Pokemon, it is very clearly a huge buyer's market, and for that reason I am making some investment plays in Pokemon. It's something that I do throughout the years. I've got a bunch of all the Sword and Shield era booster boxes. I've got some other sealed product. I've got some Sun and Moon sealed booster boxes still. I've got some old vintage packs sealed. Some of them are to rip, some of them are just, to hold and flip later on and just kind of have and collect. But yeah, so like today we're going to talk about what I'm doing right now in the hobby as an investment opportunity and why it is such an amazing time to do it and where the hobby kind of is. So right now, most of you guys probably already know this. The card market is down, just like most other hobbies. Like most hobbies are down. The shoe market is down. I've heard the watch market is down. Obviously the trading card hobby is down. Like it's a tough time and hobbies are going to be down right now. It happens across the board, right? But that gives us all a great position and a great opportunity. If you do have some extra disposable income, something that you could look into is maybe dipping your toes into the Pokemon investing side. So specifically today, we're going to talk about and look at alternate art Pokemon cards from the Sword and Shield era. Those are all super far down, and it is just a great time to be scooping those up. We're going to look at some price data, kind of show you guys where the market is a little bit, and just talk about a few cards in general that I think are great plays, including this card right here. So this card right here is a card that I actually purchased about 60 of. It is the Sandaconda V alternate art from Fusion Strike. So guys, I bought about 60 of these. They are absolutely beautiful cards, and this is a card right now on TCG Player. You can get these for like $2.50. So for those of you who don't know, a pack of Fusion Strike costs about $3.50. So to be able to get an alternate art, a big pull, like this is a pull, this is a hit, this is hard to get out of a pack. To be able to buy these for less than the cost of the pack right now, to me just seems like a no-brainer. And it's also just such a cheap card that anybody who, even if you don't know anything about investing, and even if you don't have a lot of money right now, if you don't have a lot of disposable income, this is a play that anybody can make, and I would be willing to bet anything that 3 to 5 years from now, this Sandaconda is going to be a $10 card all day, easily. There's no reason for it not to be. It's an alternate art card. People are going to want to complete master sets later on in life. People are going to look back and be like, oh wow, yeah, I remember that. This is a beautiful card too. Like bar none, I don't care what anybody says. Like this is actually a great artwork. The Radiator Snake just kind of hanging out all coiled up. He doesn't get a lot of love. Fusion set as a whole doesn't get a lot of love. And I think that this is going to be a great long-term play that anybody can make. Are there going to be better plays? 100%. But this is a play that I think anybody can make, and that's kind of why I wanted to share it. So this is going to be my value pick. Anybody looking to just dip their toes in a little bit, my value pick is going to be the Sandaconda V alternate art. Or if you prefer it, the Concolder V alternate art, also a super cheap card, also an alternate art that you can get for less than the cost of a pack. Personally, I like Sandaconda more, but I think that either one of those could definitely be a good play. And let's check out some price data and just show you guys kind of why I think Sandaconda is a play. So right here, as you guys can see, we're using TCG Player. It's going to be one of the best websites, one of the best apps as far as market share data is concerned. And we're going to just take a look. So right now, current market price is $2.58. One sold earlier today, a near mint card for $2. You can literally grab these for $2 right now. This time last year, this card was $7.44. At that point, it had already been out for about a year as well, maybe a little bit less than a year. It been out for a little bit less than a year, but it had already been out for a standard bit of time. It's down to $258 today. So this card is down $5 from where it was last year. I definitely think that we're going to see a nice rebound in this card, in this whole set. I think this is going to be a great buy, and I see this one going up. So right now, though, Sandaconda, when you can get a card for less than the price of the pack, it makes sense to get the card. Some other cards that we're going to look at today, while we're in Fusion Strike, we'll stay in Fusion Strike. This is a card that does not get any love. The Espeon Alternate Art Secret Rare. So, guys, the Espeon Alt Art is the only evolution that got left out of Evolving Skies. The Espeon V was in all Evolving Skies, but the VMAX was not. It's the only card that got left out. It's an evolution, so A, it's got evolution going for it. B, it's Espeon, and everybody loves Umbreon, and there's a lot of people out there that like to pair Espeon and Umbreon and get them both. It's got that going for it. This artwork itself is absolutely gorgeous. We're going to blow this up a little bit if we can. This artwork itself is just gorgeous. Espeon sleeping on the house, the Wingles flying around in the background. Like, this is an absolutely beautiful card. It's a stunning artwork. It looks great in hand. I mean, it's got everything going for it. It's popular. It's a secret rare. It's an alt art. It's evolution. It's good. It's got everything going for it. But right now, market price on this card is $130 or $130.67. That's what they're going for right now. Think about it like this. The Moonbreon goes for $550. Leafeon, who is another great artwork. I would definitely argue the Espeon's a better artwork. Leafeon, great artwork. Less desired evolution is going for like $160. The Glaceon's going for like $150. The Sylveon's going for like $140. So Espeon is a better artwork to me in a set that's just down as a whole to me. Feels like an amazing play. I see no reason that this couldn't be a $250, $300 card in a short period of time. I could definitely see this time next year. I could see this being a $250 card. The reason that I say that, this time last year, this card was $168. At its peak, this card was $202. I remember a time when it was just over $200. This time last year, it was $168. It's already dropped down to $130, so that's almost a $35 drop right there. I definitely see this card bouncing back in a very, very big way, and I definitely see this being a great play. So if you guys want to make a little bit more of a, I don't want to say higher risk, because I don't really think that this card's going to get much lower, but if you guys want to get a little bit more of an expensive card that could pay out a little bit more than the Sandaconda, I definitely think the Espeon VMAX is an amazing choice. Another one we're going to look at is going to be the Charizard VMAX. So the Charizard V, actually. The Charizard V alt art. And you guys might be surprised to know the Charizard V alt art has finally fallen. It fell a good bit. It was almost under $100 for a while there a couple weeks ago. It's bounced back a little bit, sitting right around $109.56 right now. This time last year, this card was almost $200. It was $186 last year. Now it's closer to $110. So this card has dropped $75 in the past year. And I mean, this is another card. Beautiful artwork, right? It's from a great set. Brilliant Stars was a great set. Brilliant Stars introduced the trainer gallery, so it had something original. It was like already going for it. It was a big set in and of itself. This Charizard, most people, a lot of people have told me that this is their favorite alternate art, and I totally understand why. He's fighting a Venusaur. We get a different angle on a Charizard we don't normally get. There's embers flying around, blades of grass on fire. This is an all-around beautiful card. It's a beautiful scene. It looks absolutely amazing. It's Charizard. It's an alt art. It's Charizard. It's a beautiful artwork. It's Charizard. Can't stress the fact that it's Charizard enough. For whatever reason, in the Pokemon community, Charizard is the mascot. Charizard is the chosen Pokemon. There is something called the Charizard tax. When you have a good Charizard card, it is guaranteed to be worth money. That's just how it works. This is a beautiful Charizard card. It's got everything that it could have going for it. And I definitely 100% see this being a $200+ card. Again, like Espeon, I could see next year this being a $200 card, no problem. I could definitely see this reaching even higher values than that. So if you want a good safe play that's a little bit more on the expensive side, but definitely has high yield return policy, it's this Charizard right here. Charizard is always just a fan favorite card. You don't have to worry about it. In the long hold, you just don't. I don't care how many of this card there is. There's going to be enough demand that the people are going to want to eat it up. So this Charizard definitely going to be a good pick for me, from my standpoint. Next cards we're going to look at. These ones are a little bit different. So we're going to look at some cards from Battle Styles and some cards from Chilling Reign. Now, these two sets are both super, super underrated and super, super slept on. So first thing we're going to look at is the Rapid Strike, the Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX alternate art. I want to look at this one because this one's actually kind of an interesting card, right? So first off, let's blow it up and take a peek. It's beautiful. A lot of people call this the waterbending bear because it looks like this Urshifu bear is doing some waterbending. Looks like he took a class with the Avatar and doing his thing. There's a lot of Pokemon in here. So there's the Cramorants flying around, which are super, super cool. Some Corviknights in the background. It's an overall beautiful card. And it's from Battle Styles. Battle Styles was the first set to introduce Alt Arts, so I don't know why it's so hated on. A lot of playable cards, this being one of them. And let's look at some data here, though. Might surprise you a little bit. Year to year, this card's actually not down that much. So last year, this card was $62, and this year, it's $54. So it's down a little bit. It's definitely not as down as it could be. When the set first came out, I remember this card being around $80. So the fact that it's only $54 now, it really hasn't dropped all that much from when it first came out. It hasn't dropped that much from like its peak and its height. This card has been one of those cards that's just kind of consistently staying around like the same price range. Like the graph is definitely like all over the place, and but actual price wise, like it's been pretty consistent. It's not that crazy of a dip. I definitely think that this card is a good card to grab, and I think that this card is definitely one that just hasn't shot up yet. I don't think that we've seen Battle Styles or Chilling Reign really shoot up the way that I think that they could. Chilling Reign is starting to. The Blaziken is starting to go up, but I think that they're just good sets in general. Another card from Battle Styles that I want to talk about is the Tyranitar alternate art, which is, again, it's a beautiful card. Tyranitar, Pignite, they're kind of just chilling. They just had a big breakfast, big lunch. I don't know. Looks kind of like they're eating pancakes to me. Maybe some apples going on there. A little jar of honey. Got his Winnie the Pooh vibes going. Super, super cool card, nonetheless. This is another one of those cards that's really not down all that much. Last year it was 106. Right now it's 99. So this card is literally only down $7 from where it was last year. Which is not bad at all. And this card, when it first came out, again, this was like a $100 card. So this card, I think, has pretty much just been $100 at all times. As far as I can remember, Tyranitar V is just a $100 card. This is definitely one of those cards that is like super, super, super safe. I feel like this is a card that you guys could buy this whenever you wanted to and also sell it whenever you wanted to, and pretty much know that you're not going to have to worry about like the market being down on this card for the most part. Definitely a super, super cool card. And I think that once Battle Styles gets a little recognition and gets a little bit of respect, I think it's a card that has big boom potential. Like I definitely can see this being a $150, $200 card. It's a beautiful artwork for a very popular Pokemon. It's from the set where Alt Arts first originated in the Sword and Shield era. I think that it has a lot going for it. It's definitely a good safe pick, and it's a card that I like. Another card that I really like. This actually might be my third favorite alternate art from the Sword and Shield era, and that is the Garian Moltres with the moon in the background. So I love this card. I think this card is undervalued. I will always think this card is undervalued. I think this is just a gorgeous artwork. There's like some demons and some trees in the background with the Moltres up in the middle of the moon in the background in the middle of the night. Like, I don't know why. I just love this card. Every time I look at it, I think this is a beautiful card. Yeah, it's just a beautiful card. That's all I have. All I have is it's a beautiful card. I wish I could give you more. But if we look at some price data, again, this one's not really down that much. It was 130 last year and it's sitting around 123 right now. So this one is not really down much. But again, this is just like Battle Styles. Chilling Reign hasn't really had that big spike yet. Like, I don't remember this card ever being over 150. I don't even know that it's gotten to 150. I'm trying to think back and like remember. I don't think the Moltres has ever been up that high. But to me, this is definitely a $150, $200 card. It's still an alt art. It's still hard to pull. It's from Chilling Reign, which hasn't really had its day just yet. I think that once people start recognizing it, and once Chilling Reign goes up, and once some time passes, I think this is going to be a very desirable card. And I think that we're going to see this card spike up a good bit in value. I think it's going to be like right around a $200 card when it's all said and done. So I just like this one. That's why we're talking about it. I just like it. I'm not going to lie to you. I just like this card. The card that I think is a good pick from Chilling Reign, however, is the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX alternate art. And we have to focus on typing that. So it's like a handful. Shadow Rider Calyrex full art alternate art. This card right here, this is my sleeper pick. This is my huge. This is going to be a big card. I really truthfully believe it. In Japanese, a PSA 10 of this card goes for like $900. In English, a PSA 10 of this card goes for like $100. I truly believe this is a sleeper pick. So let's just take a look at it, right? We'll show off the card a little bit. So here is the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. Reasons that I think this card is so low right now. Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. That's the whole reason, right? It's not a nostalgic Pokemon. It's not a Pokemon that fans are in love with yet. It's not a Pokemon that has all this hype generated around it. But if you look at the actual artwork, it's a beautiful artwork. I absolutely love it. It feels more like art than like anything else. Like it's a nice looking card. On top of that, it's super playable. This is one of the most playable cards in the game. The Shadow Rider Calyrex deck is everywhere. Like, all of my friends play it at our local TCG store for tournaments. I can't talk today. Beautiful card, super playable. It's from a set that hasn't really gotten much love, hasn't really done much. Over the course of time, it's pretty much just stayed the same price, and that's because it's a playable card, and people are actually putting this in their decks right now and actually using this. But I think over time, right, people are going to realize it's a beautiful artwork, so collectors are going to want it. People that are going to start wanting to, master set Chilling Reign are going to need to grab this card because it's in Chilling Reign, and I think that's a slept-on set as a whole. It's a VMAX alternate art, so the odds of pulling this are super tough. Like, VMAX alt arts are a lot harder to pull than the regular V alt arts. The secret rare alt arts are actually like really hard to pull. So it's a tough pull from a set that's gotten no love. It's super playable, and it's a beautiful artwork. And right now, you can grab these for right around $50. $51.79 is the market price. So I'm sure you can grab them for right around $50 at your local trading card store or from friends or whatever. I think this card right here is probably... I honestly might say this is the most slept on alternate art. I might say this is the one. Like, I could easily see this jumping up one day to 150, 200 even. I could truthfully see it going for more. Just with everything that it has. Like, Chilling Reign is a great set. It's got playability, so it'll have its like nostalgia factor for all of the competitive players later on in life. It's a VMAX alt art, which is super hard to pull. It checks all the boxes. The only box that it doesn't check is it's a popular Pokemon. That's the only box that's not checked. But I think as time goes on, it'll probably gain some love. I mean, Calyrex is a new Pokemon still, so he can still gain some love from and gain a fan base. I think this is a good pick. I think this is my sleeper pick. These are the kind of cards that I'm gonna be buying, right? So again, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not here to give you guys financial advice and say, hey, this is 100% what you guys should be doing right now. This is just what I'm doing in the hobby right now. This is my way of enjoying the buyer's market. Like, I'm not going to be sad that my card values are down a little bit. I'm going to be happy and go out and buy a bunch more. And so those are just like the cards that I think I'm going to be stocking up on. I'm probably going to buy 10 to 15 of each of those. Not like a crazy amount, not a little. Like, the only one that I went crazy on was the Sandacondas. We got a full deck of Sandacondas. If anybody needs Sandacondas, too bad. I'm not selling them. These are mine. Go buy your own. They're very, very cheap. They're very, very affordable, so I recommend you buy your own. But yeah, again, that's my play. So let me know in the comments below if you guys plan to invest it all in Pokemon, if you guys don't like investing in Pokemon and you just take it more as a hobby and as a collection. And if you guys do invest in Pokemon, what are your picks for investing in Pokemon cards right now? Specifically in singles, because obviously we all know sealed product is always a good play. Everybody talks about it. Everybody knows it by now. But what are your singles? What are your singles picks that you guys think are going to be like good investment choices? These were mine. Let me know if you agree, disagree, have your own favorites. Let's talk about it. But all right, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.